welcome to my full moon event. I'm Sydney, and this is Winston. And my tech support is B. B, can you say hello?
Oh, hello. Hello, I'm B. Nice to meet you.
So, yes, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited to be hosting my first live stream event. We're streaming on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Twitch right now. So please follow and support Pull for Dummies and Moonstar Co. Winston's making himself comfortable here. Great, so I'll give everybody a few minutes to join the live stream, and I suggest grabbing some pillows. I have set mine off to the side. If you want a blanket, go ahead and bring that. Maybe light a candle or burn some incense. And yeah, I'll let you settle into your space. It's a really comfy environment tonight. All right, well, as everyone settles, I'll just start to talk a little bit about this full moon in Leo and what that represents. And then we'll get into a brief tarot draw, and we'll do some guided, embodied yin yoga practice and call it a full moon. Well, for those of you who don't know, it is the full moon is currently in Leo, and Leo is a fire sign. So in tarot, fire signs are associated with wands, which deal with your passions and your creativity and igniting that. So the theme overall for this full moon is coming back into yourself and your passion and your creative side, and letting that drive you to your truest nature rather than following someone else in a subservient way. And the reason I use that term is because Leo is ruled by the solar plexus chakra, and today we actually have the solar plexus chakra bowl that I'll be using to ignite that within us. And in Carl Jung's archetype system, there is a dysfunctional and functional archetype for each chakra. So for the solar plexus chakra, the dysfunctional side of that archetype is the servant. And when we're operating out of the servant archetype, that means that we are putting someone else's needs before our own, and not valuing our self-worth enough. And so to move from that into the functional archetype, the warrior archetype, we really need to do some reflecting on what it is that we want and how we can step into our power and recognize ourselves and love ourselves so that we can show up as best as possible for our relationships and just in life. So that is mostly the theme for this full moon, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But first, I just wanted to guide you through a brief little meditation before I draw a tarot card to guide our practice today. So wherever you are, if you want to sit, if you want to lay down, just go ahead and get comfortable and make sure that your spine is straight. And close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your belly with air. And exhale. the deck. So I call upon the divine powers to bless and protect this deck. My intention is to use the cards for good and for good only, and I vow all negativity shall be turned away from the cards. And typically, whenever I draw a card, I like to bring the cards close to my body and just feel into them. So the question I'm going to ask today is how we can collectively step into our power and creative nature this full moon. So if you all just breathe into that question and think about that with me. And I'll begin to shuffle. Okay. Great. So I'll come over there just to show you the cards up close. So the first card that we got is the Six of Swords. And the first thing I like to do is just like look at the imagery of the card. So you notice that there is someone on a boat going into the water. And it looks like a very peaceful journey. And so I think this is really a reminder to come into our stillness and allow our emotions to come up if that's what's happening for us. And just to really be present and still this practice. And then the bottom card that I have is the Seven of Wands. So we're really feeling the fiery energy of the Leo full moon. And in this card, you'll see that there's a person running off the stairs into 6 other wands, and it looks like they're preparing for a battle. But I would actually encourage you to not see the other wands as your enemy, and rather see them as your teacher who you can learn from and get creative with, instead of seeing them as your enemy. You can just work together to create something beautiful and harmonious with your talents combined. So that's the theme for today's class that I want you to think about, is just seeing your collective efforts working together and tuning into your watery emotional nature and that stillness quality. So I'll leave these cards out over here so that their energy is present today. And we'll go ahead and get started with our movement practice. So we'll start on our knees. And you can place your hands on your thighs and close your eyes. And just come into tune with your breath. So allow yourself to breathe normally. Feel your chest rise as you inhale. Feel it fall as you exhale. And go ahead and place your hands on the solar plexus area, so it's right below your rib cage. And take a couple of conscious breaths, allowing your belly to expand and contract. Then bring your hands back to your knees. And inhale, arch your chest forward, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, round back, look towards the floor. And continue with that movement, moving your body with your breath. Seeing if you can open up a little bit more with every inhale and round a little deeper with every exhale. And then begin to find a wave-like quality. So start to round through your spine and then through your head. Just opening up your solar plexus, breathing. Great. Now go ahead and walk your hands forward and bring your knees back. And we'll take a couple of cat-cows here. So same concept, you'll inhale and arch your spine. And exhale, round. Keep moving with your breath. And feel into your body. Notice if it's calling out to you, if any area feels good, or if any area feels tight, and listen to it and adjust based off of whatever it's telling you. And we'll come back into a neutral position, and then slowly just send your hips back for child's pose. And we'll stay here for a few minutes, so you might want to grab a pillow, and you can place that underneath your chest and rest your head on it and sink on in. You just go ahead and stay there and get really comfortable. In yin yoga, we hold poses for a few minutes, so please make sure you're comfortable and cozy. And I will guide you through a little bit of some sound meditation while you're there. Staying present with your breath, letting that guide your practice. Breathe into the pose. Slowly begin to make your way out of child's pose, removing your pillow off to the side. And we'll do the same thing, but this time on our toes. So flex your toes under and send your hips back. And this time you're going to inhale, bring your arm over your head, and then exhale, switch. So you're kind of creating a windmill situation. So inhale up, and exhale down. And as you're doing this, you can imagine that you're creating a bright, vibrant full moon. You're embodying the power of the moon that is fierce yet also sensitive and feminine. And then inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Shift your gaze upwards. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And we'll do a little bit of arching to warm up the spine. So keep your toes tucked under. And then place your hands on your low back. Bring your elbows together and slowly arch your spine back, coming into camel. And just breathing here. A lot of times it can be tricky to breathe in this pose because you're arched backwards. But see how you can meet that resistance with a strong and steady breath. Remembering the themes we talked about earlier, a lot of times when you're met with resistance, holding strong in your stance and your will to breathe deeply can help you find your empowerment. And exhale, release. Great. And we'll do a similar variation, but different. We'll do puppy pose. So bring your knees a little bit farther back and keep your hips over your knees. And then walk your hands forward. So either your forehead is on the ground, your chin, or your chest. And again, you can bring a pillow underneath your chest here for some additional support. But allow yourself to just feel this stretch in your spine and your shoulders, and ground down. If that feels too intense, you can go back to the child's pose variation that we just did for that. But wherever you are, just really tune into your body. Feel the connection between your body and the floor and the pillows. And do just a quick body scan, starting with your feet. Noticing where they're making contact on the ground, if there's any tension in your feet. And then moving up to your shins, and your knees, and your thighs, your hips, your solar plexus, your heart. Just scanning your body, noticing how it feels, coming into the present moment, and bringing bright energy to anywhere you direct your focus. Moving up to your neck, your third eye center, and the crown of your head. slowly begin to come out of that posture, puppy pose. And we'll meet back on our knees. Swing your legs in front of you and bring the soles of your feet to touch for Baddha Konasana. And if you have a longer, skinnier pillow, I like to put those behind my back for this next posture. You're just gonna go ahead and lay onto the pillow and bring your arms by your side if you'd like to, or you can place them on your belly and on your heart. But just allowing your hips to open and your body to feel rested here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the strength card while you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. So for anybody who's curious, I'll come up and show you the card. So you'll see that there is a woman and they're holding a lion. And, well, it kind of looks like a lion. And they're using the head, it's kind of holding them down, but they're using the head to reflect the light. And the head, in my opinion, kind of represents your shadow side. So it's a reminder that your shadow side is often still there and you might not be ready to let go of it, and that's okay. But it's important to kind of find use for it, work with it rather than against it. So that's another theme from this full moon, is just like identifying what might be holding you back and not putting any negative emotions towards that, but just finding ways that you can work with it and use it to your advantage rather than letting it weigh you down. So go ahead and continue to focus on your breath. Just thinking about that while you do it. Practice, it's interesting, the poses themselves are not necessarily very challenging, but the stillness and the quiet is. So if you're struggling to stay still or stay focused on your breath, use a tool, maybe a mantra or that grounding sensation to keep you in the moment and fight the urge to move and continue going. Just come into rest, like this card, the Six of Swords, was telling you at the beginning of practice. of your reclined butterfly pose, we'll meet in the seated position again. And you can keep one leg in front as you spin the other one behind you, setting up for pigeon. So a great way to use props is to place a prop underneath your hip here, and maybe you want to add a pillow in front of you. You can really just get comfortable and recline down. You should feel that in your outer hip. So go ahead and make your way into this position. While you're here, I'll guide you through a meditation from this book that I love. It's called Chakras and Their Archetypes, Uniting Energy, Awareness, and Spiritual Growth. So go ahead and get comfortable. Keep breathing. And with every breath, begin to free your body from tension. Remember the body scan we did, and if you identify any areas of tension, begin to breathe into those areas and feel relaxed as you become more released with each breath. And then begin to focus your awareness into your solar plexus, the area right underneath your rib cage. Visualize strong rays of light radiating from that area. And imagine the rays shine outward and become stronger as you become aware of your power. And continue breathing in a relaxed and rhythmic way. And let your awareness focus in your body. As you breathe, become aware of releasing all constriction and tightness in the solar plexus area. Open yourself to the possibility of living from your strength in a positive and easy way. Be willing to let your light shine so that you can be the radiant person that you know that you are. Bring in a sensation of love towards yourself and know that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of respect. Relax into yourself and feel the power flowing through your body as you say yes to yourself and yes to your life and reclaim your own power. Start to transition to switch legs. So if you're just joining us, we're going to do pigeon on the other side. So you can bring your leg forward and maybe bring that prop under your hip again. And just lower down, getting comfortable. Relaxing fully into your props or into the floor. Feeling that power that you just cultivated in your solar plexus. Taking time for yourself, enjoying the stillness and the pause and the rest. Over you and notice how it feels when you hear these bowls. Where does it impact you most in your body? Comfortable in the silence and in the stillness is really challenging, but very important. Full moons are a time of completion, the end of a cycle and preparation of the next cycle. So as you're here in this posture, allow yourself to rest. You just went through a full moon phase, so allow yourself to rest and come into that stillness. We'll begin to come out of pigeon pose, and you can swing both feet in front of you. And I don't have enough space, but there are two options here. You could either put two pillows under your feet, one here, one there, or like this together. Or you can place them under your feet and under your back like we did earlier. But either way, we're making our way into our final resting pose, which is Shavasana. So go ahead and place your props wherever you feel most comfortable and lie back and enjoy. This is my favorite pose. Love it. See if there's any way that you can adjust to get a little bit more comfortable if needed. And then fall into complete stillness. Direct your attention back to your solar plexus, noticing how the belly rises with the inhale and falls with the exhale. And practice expanding your belly as big as you can. A lot of times we frown upon that in society, but right now I want you to see how big you can make your stomach. And as you expand your stomach to its fullest capacity, bring that power, that radiating glow into your mind's eye. Allow each inhale to add fuel to the flame of that yellow burning ball in your stomach. And as you are breathing into that area, think to yourself, as I own my power, I recognize the strength and the beauty of who I am. I allow myself to become stronger and more alive each day. I know I am becoming the best possible person that I can be. And treat myself with respect. And lastly, I am worth all the good and the wonderful things that I want. Notice how it feels to say those healing affirmations to yourself. Do you believe the words when you say them, or are you just saying them to yourself? If you find yourself just repeating them, see if you can try to believe them. It's true. You are worth all the good and wonderful things that you want. You are working to become the best possible version of yourself every day. Continue to focus on your breath. And we'll take one last inhale as a collective, so go ahead and breathe in through your nose. Fill your body with as much air as you can and hold at the top. And then exhale as slowly as you can, a slow burn. Go until your lungs are completely empty. And then hold. And inhale. Hold. And exhale. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and move your toes around. Begin to adjust your body in whatever way feels right. If you feel the need to stay there, go ahead and do so, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. So again, my name is Sydney. You can follow me at MoonstarsCo. I want to give a special thanks to Brenna Bigelow at Pull for Dummies for sharing her YouTube and her space with me. Same for B. Thank you for helping me set up with tech. B! Yay! And Winston's not here anymore, but I love the cat edition. So yeah, that was yin yoga and sound healing, and hopefully I'll be doing more live events again so I can share it with a wider audience. But for now, I hope you have a great full moon, and if you have any questions, feel free to add a comment or send me a message and I'll get back to you. Oh, and I do tarot readings, so if you're interested in a personal tarot reading, let me know and I can do that as well. But yay, that is all. Bye. Thank you for joining.